Hi, friends. I haven't done one of these in a while. So, in fact, I think it's been quite some time, to be honest. So, I think it's overdue. And I think it's time that I do another one of these. Close the gap a little bit, make it feel a little bit more close and personal. Listen, when it feels forced, you should really listen to yourself and try to understand why it feels that way. I know why it does, though. It's like your intuition. You know, one of the best ways how to spot that it's your intuition manifesting itself, making itself clear. And sometimes we don't always see this. I think most people overlook these things. I could be wrong though. But the way you can tell it's really your intuition is because it's going to feel uncomfortable. It will instantly take you out of the comfort zone and you will feel that. Your body will respond instantly because the body always works faster than the mind when it comes down to this kind of thing. The body responds, it's instant, it's immediate. And that's another way you can tell. We're always overlooking these things throughout the span of our lives. We have this bad habit and tendency to overlook things like this, brush it aside like it doesn't mean anything. And that's when we make big mistakes. That's when we fumble. That's when we fail. Because when we refuse to listen to ourselves when these things are happening, if your intuition is telling you something, you should really listen, pay close attention to it. Try to understand within yourself why you're feeling that way. Why is this making me so uncomfortable? What is going on here? But we live in a day and age where people don't like to feel that way. So they just ignore these things and just move on like nothing ever happened. And then perhaps later at one point you're going to figure this out and realize, wow, why was I doing that to myself? Because this is the way we do things most of the time, unfortunately. It's just a human thing. So, yeah, we need to learn how to listen to ourselves. Because more often than not, we don't. And that's when things that shouldn't have happened end up happening. And perhaps, they had to happen. First of all, I always say this, everything happens for a reason, right? But we should always be striving to better our lives and improve ourselves in every possible way that we can. Because it helps us in our lives in so many ways. And we just, we're not used to doing these things. We're used to living our lives a certain way. And we never really stray from that. It's like we pick a path and then we just stick with that one because it's the safer way. It's the it's the way that it kind of feels easy in a way. And any time that anything different happens, we hesitate. Anytime that we feel that we don't have control over certain things, we second guess ourselves. We doubt. Usually, we're never fully trusting ourselves or believing in ourselves in that way. And look, I know that there are many reasons why we turn out to be this way. But I'm here to tell you that there's a better way. And that better way is a game changer. It really changes. It changes everything. But as long as we compete, we continue to operate this way by refusing to listen to our body, to our intuition, to our gut feelings, all these things that are always present in our lives and always manifest themselves at certain times. Or the times that really matter, when something really important, where maybe perhaps that breakthrough moment of our lives. It happens to every single one of us, and it happens more often than we perhaps perceive it. But the problem is, like I said, we're so used to being a certain way that we're always ignoring these things, overlooking them, discarding them. And that's why most people are where they are. Unhappy, unfulfilled, feeling unloved. Always keep telling themselves that they're not good enough. This is not going to happen. I can't do this. The list goes on, right? I talked about this many, many, many times in here. So here's the thing. Begin to listen to yourself. Begin to pay attention to those nudges and those moments that happen. And they happen a lot. They're always happening. When you begin to pay attention, you will see how what I am telling you here is actually real. These things are always happening, all the time. They're always happening. Because this part of you that is always there is always paying attention to these things. And this part of you only manifests itself when certain things happen and when it feels this need to do this. Right? I think there's like a woodpecker up here somewhere making some noise on the tree. So don't mind that. So anyway, I think this is really all I wanted to talk about today and share here. It's really beautiful and gorgeous out today, and I want to be able to spend some time with myself here, enjoy myself here in this private temple of peace and balance that I find myself in right now. I love being here. And that's why I usually make my videos here as much as I can, because it makes me feel home. This place reminds me of who I truly am. That's why I really enjoy coming here. So, like I said, start listening, pay attention, because it matters more than you ever know. You will find in time Start doing what I am advising you to do here. Put it to the test and you see how it works and how it'll change your life faster than you probably ever thought possible. Go ahead and give it a shot. You'll be thanking yourself later on that. So with that said, my hand is beginning to get tired here holding this phone like this. I have the tripod on me, but I chose not to use it because I wanted to do one of these that I haven't done in a while. And these, they seem to do pretty well. So with that said, if you like the content, the message, don't forget to leave a like, share, subscribe. And I will catch you all on the next one. Until the next time, my friends, take care, be safe, and I will catch you later.